Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Revv Motoring, and I'm your host Renee. And here in Singapore, most of the population have two things that they want in life: a car and a house, or maybe even both. And the way cars are being priced in Singapore, on people's minds, they want something which is affordable, spacious, and great mileage. And we have one such car today. We're talking about the all-new Nissan Pulsar. Right, so it's the Nissan Pulsar that we have for you today. A bit of history or background about the car. First introduced way back in 1978, it's gone through a number of upgrades and facelifts. Alright, so the version that we have for you today is the 1.2-litre turbo. So why is that important for a lot of Singaporeans? Well, we have this thing called the road tax and COE, and with a lower price bracket that you're paying for, I think that makes a lot of Singaporeans happy because we have a turbocharged car, which means more power, but yet you're paying a lower road tax.
It's time to find out more about the interior of the Nissan Pulsar. Well, surprisingly folks, it has a spacious interior with lots of headroom for the front and also rear passengers. A modern cabin with high quality furnishings, which also includes leather and vinyl upholstery. The car also comes with the standard start-stop functionality, which is kind of prevalent in most cars today. Getting behind the leather-wrapped steering wheel, we have a pretty well-equipped functional steering wheel, which allows you to scan through the car management systems, music, and even cruise control functions. Nice. The car's infotainment system is pretty packed with some useful functionalities. A 6.9-inch HD touchscreen allows you to access audio, navigation, and communication functions. And let's not forget, it also includes the reverse camera's view. Other creature comforts include not only front but rear AC vents, lots of storage areas for knickknacks, food, and also drink holders. In addition to the boot space, the Pulsar also has the configuration for allowing you to do a 60-40 split on the seats for additional storage.
Buying the Nissan Pulsar, there's a number of things that you won't be getting. Things like your electric seats or even an electric tailgate, which I think is not really a showstopper or something that you would kind of put you off from buying this car, especially for the price that you're paying. That being said, getting the boot open, you unlock it on the key. There's also a little sensor here. Alright, so it opens the boot, giving you a total of 385 litres of boot space. And with the number of different seat configurations, you also have the 60-40 split. It gives you a total of 1,395 litres. Right folks, you're catching us on the drive here with Revv Motoring, and I'm Renee. Okay, once again we are in the Nissan Pulsar 1.2 Turbo DIG. This car, as you know, as I mentioned earlier, it's been in the market for the longest time, since 1978 when it was first introduced. Along with the ride for me today, we have a backseat passenger. Alright, so it's going to be my regular, right? It's waving there. Alright, okay, so let's continue with our in-car review. The Nissan Pulsar, once again, I've covered basically most of the points about this car in the earlier section of the review. So for the drive review, I'm going to keep it as short and sweet and simple as possible, because at the end of the day, it's all about things that you and me all love and want and really need in a car. Okay, it's about the price, it's about the comfort, the handling of the car, and it's also about the mileage, which is, especially in Singapore, where I think it's really a major concern when it comes to fuel economy. That's one of the really major points that people want to consider buying a car. So the 1.2-litre turbo DIG market, as I said as part of my video, that this car really is ideally suits a lot of families in Singapore because of the road tax structure that Singapore has. So the lower the CC of the car is, it makes it more affordable to a wider range of motorists, okay? Especially for those people who are out, it's a first new car, they're looking for a very affordable car, and of course it boils down to the numbers, and definitely the Nissan Pulsar does that, with costing about 105,000 Sing dollars. So that's really one of the major pulling factors. Okay, power wise, okay, one thing that because this is first thing that comes to mind when you hear what turbocharger, you're thinking, wow, this car really, it's fast and everything else, and it really is for a 1.2. And the beauty about this, what I feel, is it has the different modes. You've got the eco mode, so it gives you a choice of different settings on how you want to manage the car. And the other way is, if you feel that the car managing it itself is not good enough, you can also switch it via the gear lever to manual, and you can manipulate the upshifts and downshifts of the gear. So that's a real big bonus. And especially this being a 1.2, even though it's turbocharged, it still boils down to the kind of driving style that you're comfortable with. Alright, so in terms of horsepower, it's got 115 bhp with 65 millimeters of torque. For 1.2, I think that is really sufficient for any family, for that matter. And and when it comes to, as I mentioned, mileage, excellent mileage. Does about 19.6 to about 20 kilometers per liter. And in the way we've actually driven this car, we've done quite a bit of extended driving to kind of get down the numbers to see if they're anywhere close to what Nissan has claimed. We managed to get about 18, alright, which I think is pretty decent. Right, so handling. The handling of the car, anybody, if you just pass your license, you're a female driver, whatever it is, okay, this car is one of the most simplest cars to drive. Alright, it's nimble, okay, it doesn't give you any stress at all when you get behind the steering wheel. It drives like a breeze. It's great for city driving, for you name it. This car is really, I think it's one of the most simplest cars you can ever get in terms of driving out there. So in terms of drivability, handling wise, it's very smooth. It's really, there's no overrevving of the engine. There's nothing of the sort that you'll be expecting for a 1.2 liter car. So I'm not going to say they kind of pulled out all the stops, but I think they've given you enough of features to be happy with, knowing that your car is pretty updated in the whole, the whole new generation of car arena. All these cars are coming up with all kinds of fancy technology. This car practically has it all. Okay, you also got a 360 camera for your rear parking. So really, it has everything. So if you're planning on finding out more about this car, okay, head on down to the guys over at Nissan Singapore. Okay, they have a showroom over at Ubi. Okay, go and visit them and get behind the wheel for a test drive. You'll be pleasantly surprised at the affordability, the comfort, the handling of this car. Alright, and also always do mention to them that the guys from Revv Motoring sent you. And from behalf of me and my passenger in the back seat there, alright, we want to wish you guys a great day and have fun and always be safe when you drive. Time to wrap up our whole experience with the Nissan Pulsar 1.2 liter turbo. Well, with most people, even personally myself, I think three very important factors you need to consider when you buy a car is the price, the space, and also, very importantly, the mileage. And for the Nissan Pulsar, it's practically a win in all those three segments, especially here in Singapore. First of all, being priced about $105,000. I think that really resonates with a lot of Singaporeans who are looking for something affordable, but gives you that whole amount of space. And this car gives you tons of it in terms of the whole storage capacity and also for people. And in terms of mileage, that's another win in the Nissan Pulsar's category, 20 kilometers per liter, which is one of the highest so far in this category range for 1.2. So overall, if you're looking for a car, whether you're buying something new or you're planning on upgrading, it's definitely one of the models of cars in the market that you can definitely consider. Now let's talk pricing and how much is it going to cost you to drive the car here in Singapore. Price in Singapore right now is $105,300 inclusive of COE, and the road tax is $508 annually. We're going to say a big Revv Motoring thank you to our friends over at Nissan Singapore for allowing us to have the Nissan Pulsar 1.2 Turbo for our presentation. To find out more about the Nissan Pulsar and the rest of the range, head on over to their showroom at Ubi. Well folks, this wraps up another episode of Revv Motoring. To find out more about the Nissan and the rest of the cars we have reviewed thus far, head on over to our website at the link right there. Till we catch you again, do remember folks, do not drink when you drive, do not use your handphones while driving, and watch out for cyclists and also for pedestrians. Till we catch you again, this is Renee, signing off.